Hey everybody, and welcome back to another cast game here on Age of Sunbros. I have a much delayed, much apologies for waiting so long, a follow-up from one of our videos, the Forum Fighters. Don't know if you guys will remember, but there was a matchup between a very opinionated forum goer named Juan who challenged Jordi Garli about age-ups of Russia. Um, you can go watch that video. Hopefully McLeaves will link it in the description somewhere. But the follow-up to that is now Jordy playing a Russian mirror into somebody else, Assertive Wall, a very well-known modder, great member of this community, and also someone who kind of likes to mess around, is willing to try new things. So this game was sent in. They said this is a good one, and this is kind of a continuation to the Forum Fighters series. And I am joined here today by Stefan. Stefan, how's it going?
Good. Always enjoy coming on for mirrors. Excellent matches to watch. And we all know, ideas that originate on the forums are always completely rational.
Exactly. I really, again, kudos to both of these guys for putting their money where their mouth is. I think it's myself, am guilty of sometimes. It's easy to rant and rave on the forums or have strong opinions and beliefs about this game. Age of Empires is so complex. Um, these guys are actually, I want to try something unexpected and desperate. Good luck. Oh boy. Um, these guys had, I believe, this in another matchup, and they were willing to turn it in to kind of televise it. So I really am impressed. In fact, I think Jordy even has a YouTube channel. Assertive Wall, of course, does his mods. Guys, if you guys are watching this, please link in the description whatever channel or content you want to promote. With all of that talking done, Stefan, what are your thoughts on a Russia mirror on this map?
So we're looking at Darfur, and at least from the map itself, there's nothing particularly special here. The trade line itself is, fairly isolated. It's hard to control realistically, and you'll have Berber sites, which I realistically don't think we're going to see come into play here. Because the Berber villas particularly needed here, as you have dual rushes, so each TC is operating as a TC and a half essentially. And the Berber camels, are really the greatest cavalry to bring into this fight, realistically, because we should be seeing lots of strelets, of reskets and things along those lines, and that hand goon behavior from the Berber camel really won't come into play. So I don't think we're going to see any sort of native aspect. We already see that the sort of wall is scouting here, which does indicate that will likely see some very early aggressive behavior. And we at least get the impression here from Jordy that there's going to be some wonky behavior on his part. So at least I'm getting the impression that Assertive Wall here is probably going to try to go more your standard behavior from Russians, and Jordy might be going for something a little different. What do you think, Platt?
Yeah, I think Assertive Wall is the one going for some memes. This is a meme deck. It says Grenadier. That kind of clues us, the viewer, into this. I would say if I was the player, I'd be looking at this and be like, oh my god, it really is all the memes. You've got Team Patriarchy for cheap priests, Landed Gentry for the... People have really tried to make this work, not very successfully. Cav Archers in H2, House of Romanov for beefier blockhouses, right? Training time cards, and also Tula Arms Foundry. Now, this card I do believe has not gotten enough attention or really focus on. And what this does, it gives you 2 Grenadiers and a Foundry. Russia this year. So Assertive Wall, Green Russia, aging up with 14, kind of a standard age up time, right? Jordy, he opted for the market start. This is a bit slower, but gives a very powerful eco, which, get Russia eco is all about scaling. So the faster it kicks off, the longer you get benefit. Romania.
So he's
Ooh.
going for Romania revolts, his intention.
It would appear so, although looking at his deck, I would say this is a fairly standard Russia deck, right?
It
Georgian has,
does look that way.
right? You've got all the essentials, 5 Cossack, 4 Cossack, Boyars, you've got Strelet upgrades, Cav Archers, Mercs.
He has the church card for the cheap upgrades.
Oh, and Counter Dragoon, which I believe might have some synergy with the Romanian Revolt. Georgian Hussars, too. Wonderful little unit there. Really can help Russia get some beefy tanky cab out in the field. You know, again, Russia mirror both these civs. Often it becomes a battle of forward blockhouses, who has Cossacks out first, and who micros the first couple batches, right? Because again, Russia is a snowball civ, and you tend to watch Russia mirrors just be a very long game that's essentially decided often in the early minutes. But we'll see what actually happens here, because again, we know assertive walls not sending any vills forward. Jordy's not sending any vills forward, so this is already like, this is not a standard game.
This is not a standard game. That is interesting.
Oh, and he aged up. Sorry, I didn't even catch that, because it's almost always 400 wood for
He
Russia.
aged up, and with the 500 food, and he's sending 700 coin immediately, so he's going for an FF, if not an FI.
Right, they look, okay. Assertive Wall is going for Greds, but look, they both aged up with 500 food. Sometimes you do see that with like an all-in Strelet rush, but that's usually a team play. Now there are vills coming forward here. You know, again, I haven't really paid too much attention to the treasure creeping. Both players doing a good job. Here comes the Foundry. First shipment.
2 grants.
Yep, Tula. Foundries. This should be interesting. You know, when you think about how Russia likes to open, other than the Cossacks, like, Russia does not like Grenadiers. It really messes with their low HP, mass kind of like game plan that they want to do. So this actually might have some legs. You know, again, these guys are kind of goofing off. Don't take this as like a super, you know, practice strategy that you're about to see. But I'm really curious now how this plays into Russia, because in theory, I think this actually has a little bit of legs. And his macro, he's really low on coin, it looks like.
Yeah, he's not macroed properly for Gren production at this point. It looks like he might get a batch of 3 out, but he really needs to get more on the, you know, coin production side of things.
Yeah, he needs, I mean...
And he's going to be running out of pop space if he's not careful.
No. He's also making some Rusketeers, as they're called, right? Recruits. Good unit. Now, let's go over here. Let's look at Jordy Lee. Jordy, pretty standard. I would say this is like kind of like an FF if there ever was. You know, okay. Going up with the Scout. So
the Scout. Okay.
FF. He's going for the church. You know what? I like this, because if you think about it, one of the weaknesses of a Russian FF is without a trade post and much XP, you don't really get a lot of, you know, tempo, right? But the church, all you need is the resources to get the counter units. Ooh, here comes the Cossacks.
We've got 5 Cossack in, so we have a decent little mass here.
Good kiting there from Jordy. I really like the use of his Explorer. The only problem is you've got no military and you're slow aging.
Yeah, he's trying to house here. We've got the Cossacks coming around on the side. Yeah, slow age. He's gonna have some Ruskets out. And those Cossacks are gonna pick off a unit or 2 here. Ooh. Or not.
Good timing there. Going into melee. Whoops, yeah, that's a wrong thing. And yeah, those recruits, they do damage a Cossack.
Yeah. This would be one of those situations when those 5 popped. I would likely have recommended just the militia calling now, but you know, lost your opportunity to get a nice pop together.
Well, he's got just enough if he wanted to pop the militiamen, and then he's going to get Cossacks. But I mean, yeah,
that's what he's saving it for. And he's waiting for the Cossack.
Right from the scouts. I think it's what, 5 Cossacks.
Something like that. It's decent. And call your minutes. Call your minutes.
Okay, here they come. All right, yeah, you definitely want these guys to be focused on the Grenadiers.
Yes.
I like that he's putting them into melee. I don't think that's a bad idea, of course, because it gets through the 50% resistance there. Cossacks now fighting, and wow, just like that, Jordy
swings it back.
Yeah, but I mean, look, he's popped. He's at 18 vills.
Yeah, he is heavily popped. He has no military production. His military consists of 6 minutes and 4 Cossacks, and those minutes are on almost no HP now. They are effectively useless.
Yeah,
They might get some chip damage.
yeah. Oh, what?
Oh,
Fruit chick.
and
Okay.
we're gonna get some free shots.
Yeah, those Cossacks are H2. Again, recruits normally are not the best anti-cav, but Cossacks alone aren't necessarily the best cav either, right? This is a cost-effective
No.
cav. Okay, he goes for 1,000 coin first. I assume he's going to try to build a
Wow,
church.
he is going... Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it's got to be a church thing. Again, sorry, I'm sadly, I have not really studied all of the new church stuff for Russia. I know they get counter goons though in H3, which would be really effective, right? Because it's a normal dragoon with extras against cav, so nothing in here really would counter it, right? He hasn't built any Strelet.
No, he doesn't have Strelet out. You know, the Russian pikes aren't going to do anything, and the Ruskets aren't going to hold up against, you know, kiting counter dragoons.
No, not at all. And again, Assertive Wall, kind of with even though his deck's kind of odd, he's now getting Boyars. I think to get the most out of the Cossacks, and I mean his score looks pretty good, even though he's H2. Because until all of the age 3 units kick in, and because it's a Russia mirror, right? Like, it's effectively still age 1 units versus age 1. And if Russia gets vet, it's age 1 units versus age 2, which is still not, the worst you've ever seen.
No, it's not a terrible matchup. Like, it's not in your favor, but the reality is that, Jordy has invested 2,200 res at this point, which could be army. So...
Opries, yeah, those.
And Opries. Oh, and that's gonna drag that army off.
Yeah.
And we've got 2 Falcons coming in.
So this will be a problem for that composition, but again, I do believe that there are quite a few. Yep, he's got, a batch of Cossacks?
Yeah, there's a bunch of Cossacks on the field. So realistically, those 2 Falcons, it's 2 Falcons, 4 Cossack and 6 minutes on 1 HP right now. A couple of those Opries running around, but realistically, this is a really bad spawn for 2 Falcons.
Ooh, is he gonna catch that Strelitz?
Ooh, and he's gonna...
Oh, but look, Porterchuk already close by.
Yeah, the Porterchuk's... So they're gonna push him off those Strelitz.
Oh, look at that. He's going all around the trade post, though. And so these units are trickling in. This is not a good fight, but at the same time, there's nothing to defend these Falcons.
And the big thing is, are the Falcons going to live?
I think they are, just because not enough stuff got on them. Oh no, but they glitched.
It's true. They glitched.
Oh wow.
Down. 2 go down.
This is great.
So Cav Archer versus Recruit
versus Cossack. And I think just like that, look, these Cav Archers are age 3 units, right? They have their vet tech. These recruits are not enough.
They aren't.
Oh, he's sending in the Feynar. Nice. This is such a good card. For its value, right? It's not as flashy as some of the other cards, but, for 500 coin, 7 Boyar. Did they get the vet?
7 Boyars are really good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. They're age 3 mates. So, or natives. All right, now 24 from Jordy. 38 Vills, though.
And just look at what we have on Assertive Wall's side perspective from a, military perspective. He has 10 Cossack, or 10 Strelitz and 3 Cossack right now. We get 7 Boyar?
Yeah.
Oh.
That is going to look rough. Good job, too, holding off the Strelitz. Since the last patch, I know this hand attack doesn't look like much, but it's actually quite a bit into these Cav Archers, because these Cav Archers, they're tanky, but their animations kind of suck. So even,
yes.
And they don't have any range resistance, right? Which means they're not going to get much work, but they are annoying.
Yeah.
There they are, veteran.
Yeah, there they are.
24 hand attack, but again, 1 attack speed. They have a bonus versus artillery too. So these things are just, and they have range resistance. These are just fantastic units. If normally in a native TP, if you see them, you go for them, and oof. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, that's gonna be a Vil, maybe a couple.
Is he gonna see all those?
Does he notice? Does he see it in Fog of War? Does he even know that there's a hunt there?
No.
No.
Now, I mean, that's, again, a bit of luck there. Okay, here's a bunch of Cossacks. Now, again, Cossacks, these are not the units.
Cossack versus Boyar. This is a bad here.
Oh, but look at that. Just like that. All these villas over here. Cossack versus Boyar. But these Cossacks are doing pretty good, but, again, it's all about cost effectiveness, right? The Cossack not doing necessarily the greatest. He's lost, what, 2?
Took out 2.
One's on low health. Then, yeah, here comes the next, wave. But, something else to think about, too, is Jordy has plenty of res. Assertive Wall, he's kind of going to get stuck in H2 if he sits there too long. Oops. Oh.
Yeah.
I think he's just now realizing this is not a great fight.
And he only, that was 5 Cossack there that ran into 5 Boyars. And only 1 Boyar died. Oh.
Oh, no. And look at that fast attack, too. These things are going to delete so many vills. He needs to get... Yeah, he's like, I am so screwed.
Screwed, yes. Unfortunately, that's 2 down. That is 3 down. And...
All right. 4. Oh, he's also getting pushed at the center. Look at all those Opry.
And so much going on at once.
Yeah, this is starting to get hectic. Oh, snags another villager. Oh. Wow.
Gets one for free. Now that was a nice volley.
Alright, now Assertive Wall can age up. I would assume he's going to. Yeah, probably the fast Exile Prince. Good choice there.
Yeah, good choice. Realistically, you just need to get out to 3.
Yeah, the problem is, too, he needs to build probably a blockhouse either here or here. Because now he knows the Opry raids are out. And I mean, if he can get to age... Okay, look, it's 40 from Assertive Wall to 33. He still has considerably more eco than Jordy. But I mean, Jordy's been in age 3. He's got all these veteran units, right? Like, Russia... I mean, this would have been a good time for the church card. But yeah, he's been shipping all of these shipments that just are less immediate value. So even though, he's about to hit age 3... the amount of time that Jordy Lee has been in H3 ensures him, that he's just... There's more value to his units. He's had more eco. He's had more techs. Shipping a 4th, though, good choice, right? Because he needs to delay as much as he can.
That, getting that up is going to help solidify that front. Question is, oh, and there's that blockhouse going up that you thought of. I was literally just going to ask, is he going to get that blockhouse up?
Yep, Artillery Foundry. Probably going to go down.
Bit of a free shot off by that Falcon. Yeah, realistically, that Artillery Foundry is going down. If I were Assertive Wall, I wouldn't even try to hold that. The scores are even at this point.
Right, again, he is now age 3. He is getting more, I call them Porky Sticks. Yeah. And you want to wait till you get Vet. But good job sniping them, do a little bit of damage. I mean, both these guys are actually playing pretty solid, Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
That was a beautiful pop.
Wait, does he have board checks
too? That's going to clean that up.
Perfect.
Oh, they're going to get on that. Oh, yeah. Just like that swings back in due to the pokey sticks running in.
Wow, that was a beautiful pop there.
That was a beautiful pop.
That's the dream. I mean, these halberdiers, especially Porterchucks, I mean, they reworked the Russian Hal. Honestly, they're pretty subpar for the most part. In team games, you can kind of tech them and mass them, but they're actually worse than just 5 Ruskets in almost every single way. But what we just saw is the dream. The same way when you get Dops on, right? That they will do better than Ruskets is dropping on top. Okay, Westernization coming in for, I believe, Jordy. Yep.
Wise.
Another blockhouse going up. Ooh, now the fort.
Yes, there's the fort. Is he going to drop it?
Better put it down fast. Oh, that's so up.
Better put it down fast. Oh, but there's Opries prowling. Are they going to catch this?
Don't know. All right, looking at
If they catch it, that fort's denied.
Yeah.
They see it.
They see
They
it.
see
Are they
it.
going in? Look at the
It's
HP.
over. Hey, it's gone.
No, yeah, he can't. Can't contest it. Wow.
He can't. What?
That's the power of Opry, baby. 73 siege attack. God, what a unit. Love to see it. Okay, so now, I mean, 46 for assertive wall, 42, right? Jordy's effectively caught up. Economic-wise, he's got all of his vet techs. You know, we still got age 2 units largely over here for assertive wall. He's got a lot of wood, too.
He does. He's floating. He really should be dropping a TC or some blockhouse.
Oh, wait a minute, is he getting the church? Does he plan on sending it? I don't know. I can't believe mid-cast here. I have actually forgotten the cost for church. But all right, here comes another fight. All right, Russian is going. Wow, look at all these Opry. He doesn't have a lot of anti-cav. These recruits are age 2.
Assertive Wall has larger mass here, but he just can't pin Jordy there.
No, he can't. If he goes into his base, he does not have enough siege.
No.
Alright, Oprys are up. Look at, he's already pushed onto mills. That is not a good sign. Meanwhile, Jordy has all of these resources.
Just throwing up balls, yeah.
God, look at all those.
Oh, and we got the Oprys cruising.
Is he going to catch that?
Are they getting to see him?
Nope, just ships in the
Does he
night.
know? Just ships in the night.
Is he going to catch that town center? Probably want more than one Ville. You want more than 115 HP Ville.
You want more than one Ville when you've got Oprys running around. Oh, those are going to get caught by those cav archers.
Yep. Oh, man.
And the cav archer animation is so bad.
It really is. You know, getting raw stats. And this is just a proof of Age of Empires 3, right? Numbers aren't everything. The raw stats of a cav archer is no joke, but these Opry are running around.
Nope, and another one where it's only being built by one Ville. So
that was risky. The cav archers do catch up.
Jordy got lucky there. Jordy got lucky.
Oh, major fight though. We are missing. Oh, looks like a Falcon down.
But at the same time, look at what's pushing into Assertive Wall's base.
Wow, 30 items. Yeah, this is a pretty big mess. I actually think that Assertive Wall has the advantage here. He definitely has the numbers. But you know what's coming out? Manchu.
Yep. But also look at Assertive Wall's base right now. Look.
Oh, geez. Yeah, huge raid. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, Assertive Wall.
There's nothing in base. Nothing.
Oh god. Are we gonna see like basically a base trade here?
Pretty much. And if we're in that situation, I'm gonna give the, advantage to Jordy here because he has more siege.
Oh, and here come the Manchus.
The Manchu.
Now this is a cav archer. Right. And again, you need a massive
What's
Strelitz.
this? Skirm?
No problem. Of course, to be fair, that entire massive Strelitz costs less than one of these.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, yeah, the Opry have done quite a number. 53 out of 36, just like that. All the villagers killed. I know we just got
man.
There goes the rest of the army. I think this is GG.
Yeah.
Right?
Like both base pushes were effective, but the ovaries from Jordy were just way more damaging.
I think so. Look at that. The score now dramatically dropped there for Assertive Wall. You know, this has been quite the back and forth game, but I think we finally hit a spot where it's going to be really hard to come back. This is a mirror match. He's got Oprys. Yeah, look at this. Ugh.
Yeah. And, the pokey sticks there aren't enough.
No, they're really not. Yeah,
He's got 8.
Yeah. Like, you've got less HP. Oh, finally they are now veteran, but I think it's just a little too late. 2 blockhouses, blockhouse HP, so he's really trying to kind of turtle up here. I'm gonna get his deck. This is not the... He brought naval gunners. to a land deck. So I want to give Assertive Wall kudos for even bringing this thing in. But yeah, that's going to go down.
Yeah, one's going to go down. I might get up with a little bit of HP, and then the Operator's just going to remove it from existence.
Well, I got Operidged. That would be correct. I love Opry, yep. Yeah, this is it. I think they're just having a good time. Like, so this was a friendly, fun game between two people, so, you know, I did say I was slipping you. And just like
there's
that,
the GG.
GG is called. Okay. That was actually really fun. That was a highly entertaining. First thing, I want to give Assertive Wall props for, like, bringing this type of deck and just rolling with it and making it as exciting as it was. I mean, we saw a lot of cards you don't normally see. We saw the Tula, faster trading cards going in, and still, you know, Eco Theory, Boyar's, New Order Regiments, right? He had a good kind of core stuff. It's just, I think that Opry raid, he had no good answer for Opry's because, again, he was stuck in H2 for too long. And Jordy's more standard deck, of course, you know, once all the memes were done, the foundation of having a standard deck with all the upgrades and all of the, you know, crates boosting, plus mercenaries, it just won out. What do you think, Stefan?
Yeah, it was a well-played game on both parts, and it really just came down to that, you know, pseudo base trade we saw at the end, where both were pushing into each other's base, and the Opries were the deciding factor, I think. Here were just Jordy was able to do a lot more damage by going with the Opries at that point, whereas, you know, Assertive Wall had focused more on the Resket and Sterling side of things. So, you know, if they'd met in the field, Assertive Wall would have won. But because they, you know, Jordy had positioned his Opry ahead of time, had, you know, rope-a-doped a little bit, let Assertive Wall come into his base, knowing that he's not dealing with that much siege, he can just eat Assertive Wall's base.
I think so. You know, there's definitely a few key points. Obviously, the push at H3, you know, good timing. The counter push underneath the blockhouse here in the middle there by Assertive Wall was absolutely beautiful. And
that was beautiful.
You know, I think Jordy having the game sense to send his Opry, and instead of, you know, basically having the confidence to say, I can defend this push, I'm going to go cripple him with Opries, was the deciding factor. Up until then, it had been pretty close. You know, a lot of back and forth. So we just saw, okay, I've seen Opry, I've seen Porterchicks, I've seen Grenadiers in Age 2 to open by Russia. This was like just pretty out of left field game. At the same time, it was amazing. So I really enjoyed this. Stefan, do you have any closing thoughts before I take us out?
Excellent game, well played on both.
Exactly. Both these guys should be pretty happy, and especially, again, taking a Civ Russia that's kind of considered lower tier. Instead of just doing the same thing, actually exploring it, both these guys, whether it's the FF from Russia from Jordy or going H2 Grenadiers, you know, this is how you cook up new strategies and you change metas. And at the very least, you make the most out of a not necessarily competitive meta for your Civ by, you know, just coming out of left field, right? Because sometimes players just don't know how to react. That said, we should have a follow-up on this that will come up next. That will be a rematch between these two. Until then, I hope you guys have really enjoyed our series on, like I said, the Forum Fighters. I've been a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Not exactly slamming these out these days, but I do at least should have one more down the road. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'd really appreciate it as we get close to 1,000 subscribers. And, you know, just let us know your thoughts. Again, I love seeing these type of games. It's what this channel is all about. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.